Using the Orlando terrorist attack for political agendas. I'm Brian Lilly with the Rebel.media. We knew it was bound to happen. We watched it unfold with our own very eyes on social media even before the dust had settled at Pulse nightclub in Orlando. People using the shooting to call for more gun control without knowing what it meant. Now, that doesn't surprise me. That happens after every major shooting in the United States. But what has shocked me is the call for greater gun control and the focus on the AR-15 rifle here in Canada. It all goes back to the fact that the AR-15 has been described in the media as the rifle of choice for mass shootings, and a Conservative MP, well, he sponsored a petition calling for the AR-15 to be reclassified as non-restricted in Canada. Here's a bit of a problem, though. It turns out the gun used was not the AR-15. The FBI says it was a Sig Sauer MCX. I don't expect that's going to change the media narrative in this country very much. They've already set their sights on Conservative MP Bob Zimmer and his petition, and they want the AR-15 banned. They want it scrapped. We often hear that journalists are just simply observers. They're neutral. There's no political agenda. There's no bias there. Now, I've been calling crap on that for years. I'm going to play you two examples. Listen to the questions put forward by this reporter. It's Helen Bizzetti from the Le Devoir. I could play you more examples that show she is actively anti-gun. That's her prerogative. But don't think for a minute that the questions driving this discussion are neutral. She is obviously disturbed by the gun and wants the politician to say the same thing. This is her chatting with New Democrat MP Murray Rankin, who only wanted to talk about his motion to decriminalize marijuana, not talk about guns.
Just to go back to gun controls, the gun that was used in the United States, there's a petition in Canada to declassify it, to make it as a regular gun. I don't know how you would say that.
Yeah.
Sorry. What do you think of that petition?
Well, obviously I'm concerned because the New York Times had an article today about how that particular weapon is what they call the gun of choice in these mass shooting incidents. It's been used on more than one occasion recently. So obviously one has to look at the gun control reform carefully.
Bizzetti was not the only reporter pushing this sort of agenda, and, well, Rankin was not the only politician who was engaging. Ralph Goodale held a scrum with reporters and listened to this agenda item masquerading as a question. The reporter doesn't even pretend to be neutral or objective in denouncing the AR-15 as questions were going around about Bob Zimmer and his petition and the now debunked idea that it was an AR-15 used at Pulse. Listen to this.
Do you see any legal reason why someone would need an assault rifle of that type?
No, I mean our whole section in the platform dealing with firearms was headlined around the issue of illegal handguns and assault weapons. And our commitment is to take a number of very strong but very sensible steps to get those kinds of weapons off our streets.
Bottom line is 49 people were shot and killed by a terrorist. Someone who pledged allegiance to ISIS. Now there's stories out that he was gay, that he was a patron of the bar and a regular. We don't know all the facts in this other than 49 people were targeted and killed for who they were. The very same thing that's happening in the Middle East under ISIS-controlled areas. People being killed, well, gay men thrown off of the tallest buildings in town, Christian, Yazidis, Shia Muslims massacred for who they are. We need to be standing against this regardless of where it is. Instead, what's happened in Orlando has been turned into an agenda-setting event. An agenda-setting event to push for more gun control before we even know all the facts. How about everyone takes a breath, steps back, and lets us find out what really happened, who this person was, why he did it, before we start shoving politics in the way.
Thanks for watching. Click here to never miss a Rebel update. Want even more of the Rebel? Well, click here to become a premium member.